Let's now come to the next section. In order to create this, I'll add a section with 2 columns inside it. Set its content width to 1200 pixels, margin to 0, and padding to 120. On desktop, the left column will have a width of 60% and the right column will have a width of 40%. Let's also have a right margin of 20 pixels on the left column and a left margin of 20 pixels on the right column. On tablet, let's go with a width of 70% for the left column, which leaves us with a width of 30% for the right column. Let's keep the same margin for the columns as we did on desktop. On mobile, let's have a width of 100 pixels for both these columns. And a margin and padding of 0 for both of these. Now you can place some content in the right column if you want, but I'll simply hide it on mobile. If you switch to the mobile view, you will notice these gray lines indicating that this column is hidden. Let's now specify a background image for the section. I'll adjust the background position, set it to no repeat, and have cover as its size. Let's now include this text and the button in the left column. If you notice, the format for the headings and the text is the same as we did here. So let's copy these widgets one by one and make them white. I'll quickly copy the actual text from here. Next, we want to have this button. So I'll add a button widget and change its text. I'm not sure about the URL to use here. Let me leave this to the hash symbol for now. Let's adjust the typography settings for the button. Have some text shadow and change the background color to yellow. Hover animation would be float. And let's also adjust the padding. Hit update and reload the page. It looks great. But we'll have to center align the button in the mobile view. If you notice, the background for this section changes in the tablet and mobile view, and we have this image in a new section above what we just created. How do we do that? Let's see. First of all, change the background image of this section in the tablet and mobile view. I'll upload a blue colored image 1 by 1 pixel in size. And set it to repeat so that it covers the entire section. So this section is complete. We now need to work on this section that is visible only in the tablet and mobile view. As you expand your screen and enter the desktop view, it disappears. In order to do that, I'll add a section here and only display it in the tablet and mobile view. So let's add a section with only one column. Set its content width to full width and specify a minimum height of 300 pixels on all devices. Set the margin and padding to 0 for the section and also for the column inside it. Let me drag this section to above this CTA. Set its background image. And adjust its position and sizing. Now, in order to hide it in the desktop view, I'll go to the Advanced tab, expand the responsive node, and enable this option. If you reload the page now, you will see that this section is hidden in the desktop view, but it appears in the tablet and mobile views. Super cool, isn't it? Let's now work on this portion of the page. I'll add a section, set its content width to 1200 pixels, margin to 0, and padding to 60-20-60-20. The first widget inside this section would be an image. I'll select my photo for this widget, center align it, have a size of 150 pixels, a solid blue border 5 pixels wide on all sides, and a border radius of 75 pixels to turn the image into a circle. Let's now work on this text below the image. I'll add an inner section, specify a content width of 800 pixels for it, and delete one column. Let's also have a top margin of 10 pixels and a bottom margin of 40 pixels for this inner section. I'll add an H2 heading inside it, center align it, have the text I want, and adjust the typography settings. Below this heading, I'll add a text editor and copy this text into it. I will center align it and adjust the font size. And font style. Let's now add these paragraphs of text. I'll add an inner section first. Well, sometimes Elementor causes issues and prevents you from dragging and dropping widgets on the canvas. In such cases, just reload the editor, or in this case, I'll simply duplicate the inner section that I have above and delete the widgets inside it. I'll get rid of the margin on it. And now add a text editor. Let me adjust the font size a little bit. And copy the text from here. For the next paragraphs, I'll duplicate the text editor and keep on copying and pasting the content that I want. You know how to highlight the text, right? Let me quickly add the remaining text. Okay, so all the paragraphs have been added. Let me now add my name and this bio. I will make my name bold and have a top margin of minus 20 pixels on this. Looks very good. Fully responsive and pixel perfect. Next in line is this section. It's a 2-column layout, and I believe you have an idea how to create this. I'll add a section with 2 columns, set its content width to 1200 pixels, margin to 0, and padding to 60-20-60-20. Let's also add a background color to the section. And adjust the widths and margins of the columns like we have been doing. In the left column, let's add this heading. I'll add a heading widget and adjust its typography settings. For this text, let's add a text editor. Paste the content. Wrap these words inside a strong tag to make them bold. And adjust the font size. We also have this highlighted text. Let's do that now. Below this text, we have some more text in italics. I'll copy it, add a text editor, paste the content, adjust the font size, and make it italic. So the left column is complete. Let's now start working on the right column. I'll have a white background for this column. And also specify a solid light gray border 1 pixel wide on all sides. Let's also have some box shadow to make this column more prominent on the page. If you notice, we have this spacing on all sides inside this column. So let's specify a padding of 20 pixels on all sides on all devices. I will also add a CSS class to this column so that we can style it using CSS later. Let's now add an H3 heading. Change the text. Center align it. Adjust the typography settings. Change its color to white. Set the padding to 10 pixels on all sides. And have blue as the background color. Elementor sometimes shows such a weird line when you drag and drop widgets. When that happens, simply reload the editor and it will go away. Let's reload the front end as well. This section looks great. Only the form is missing in the right column, which we'll create later in the course. For now, let's simply add a text editor here and highlight it in red to act as a reminder for us. All good. The next section contains the testimonials. Let's add a section Set its content width to 1200 pixels, margin to 0, and padding to 60/20/60/20. I'll add one inner section for this portion and another inner section for the testimonials underneath. Let's do that now. I will have only one column in this inner section. Set its content width to 700 pixels and margin and padding to 0. Let's duplicate this inner section, make it full width, and have a top margin of 30 pixels. Add an H2 heading in the first inner section, center align it, and adjust its typography settings. I'll copy the text from here and set its margin and padding to 0. Next, I'll add a text editor, adjust its font size, and center align it. Let's add a testimonial carousel widget in the second inner section. For its skin, let's select bubble and select 2 slides per view on desktop, 2 on tablet, and 1 on mobile. Let's also set its width to 100%. I do not want titles for the people. I'll now adjust the typography for the content and the name of the person. Let's have a size of 50 pixels for the image and a gap of 20 pixels between the image and the person's name. Under navigation, I'll adjust the size of the pagination dots and color of the arrows and also of the pagination dots. I do not want any border radius for the bubble and I'll adjust its background color. Hit update and reload the page. Perfect. Fully responsive. It's very easy to change the text of the testimonials and also the name and image of the person. The last section on this page is this CTA. Let's quickly create it. I'll add a section, set its content width to 750 pixels, margin to 0, and padding to 60-20-60-20. Let's now have a background color for the section. Oops, sorry for that. I am inside column settings. Let me open section settings. I'll have this color for the background. Let's add an H2 heading, center align it, and adjust its typography settings. I'll copy the text from here. Next, let's add a text editor. Copy this text. Center align it and adjust the typography. We have some text in bold, so let's wrap those words with a strong tag. You already know how to highlight text in yellow. Let's make use of the CSS class that we have. Let's come to this button now. It has a hover animation and a nice shadow around it. Let's create that button now. Actually, instead of manually creating this button from scratch, let's copy this button and modify it. I'll center align it. And change its background color to blue. Let's also have a box shadow around the button. I'll actually go ahead and add an entrance animation for the button. Let's select bounce in up and set the top margin to 10 pixels. Hit update and reload the front end. Our page is now complete and it looks great, to be honest. Very neat, very professional. You actually earn good money by selling such designs in the market. It looks great on all devices, and your clients will fall in love with you if you sell such designs to them. So that's it for the home page. You have seen, once you know what to build, it's actually very simple to create that design using Elementor. Let's carry on with the About page in the next video. See you there.